And here we go. Ready with the live stream as we're back officially in the home base, the home studio with the Panthers blanket behind us. Ignore the faded Raptors logo as today it's going to be a very exciting time, a very exciting video. I'm sure you saw it in the title. If you didn't, if you just clicked on it for the thumbnail, then I thank you for joining us, as today is what if every AFC team had a time machine. So we're going to see what they do if they go back to the start of the season. And if you are tuning in for the first time, make sure you go click subscribe, like the video. Thank you so much for tuning in to the CollingsThodeNetwork. I'm Curtis, of course, and we're going to jump right into it with the first team, the Baltimore Ravens. What would the Baltimore Ravens do to fix this season? Well, in my opinion, they would fire Harbaugh immediately. Why waste time? Why waste time with a coach that you know isn't going to get the job done, that you know the players don't like? I mean, choose to believe the Reddit leaks of Lamar Jackson or whoever was exposed talking about, not liking Harbaugh so much. A couple of the members of the team were. Either way, just move on from him, get a new guy in, and don't waste time. Don't waste time. That, or maybe investing in a backup quarterback, as unfortunately Lamar missed some time, and it only got better when he was there. So maybe a little bit better of a backup quarterback. But that's about all I really have to say for Baltimore, as things could have went better. Things could have went a lot worse for them, much like the next team that we are going to be talking about in this video coming up. Because injuries were one thing for the Baltimore Ravens, but injuries were another thing for this team. And that is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, if I were the Cincinnati Bengals and I had a time machine, what would I do? Well, again, fire the coach. Two in a row where we're firing the coach because Zach Taylor, how do you still have a job to this day? I don't get it. So fire Zach Taylor, but if we're going to do something other than just firing the coach because that's such a cop-out, then we're going to invest in a new O-line and some defense. Hey, we know money's tight. Maybe paying T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, not the best decision. So trade T. Higgins for either a stud on defense or a stud on the O-line and build from there. You would not have to play Flacco and Jake Browning if you just invest in the O-line. Keep your stud quarterback healthy. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. But for some reason, Cincinnati, they struggle. Talk about struggling. How about the Cleveland Browns? The Cleveland Browns. How bad can it get for a single team? Well, we saw it with the Cleveland Browns. Officially, though, the first team in NFL history to have two quarterbacks play for their team during the season and both make the Pro Bowl. Congratulations, Browns. We're very proud of you. Shedeur Sanders and what was it? I think it is. I think Joe Flacco is a Pro Bowler this year. I think he got put in. I don't know. It's all fake anyways. It's all fake. Shedeur Sanders is a Pro Bowler. It's all fake. So if I was of course, I say all that and I'm trash talking Shedeur Sanders. Shout out my brother. I know he is the biggest Shedeur Sanders lover in the universe. So he's definitely enjoying this bit right now. And honestly, one note for Cleveland is just don't waste time on quarterback. Don't waste time on Joe Flacco. Don't waste time on the diddler. Don't waste time on Dylan 5'8" Gabriel. Why are you doing this? Why hamstring your own franchise? Just start Shedeur day one. See what he actually has. And according to Austin, it's nothing, but who knows? That's my star NFL insider. Not a big Shedeur believer. So shout out to our CCO. I think that's it. Basically, job is slipping. And then I guess the next and the final team in the AFC North that we're going to be going over, the Steelers. And what can Pittsburgh do sooner? We actually got a note from one of our other insiders here, one of the chat regulars, Dave Collings. He said, ask MT to quit earlier. Ask Tomlin to bow out. And absolutely, because my note was give up sooner. Give up on the season sooner. Give up before you even bring in Aaron Rodgers. Get a better pick. Don't rely next year on what's probably going to be Ty Simpson or, no disrespect, but Will Howard to be your starting quarterback. I mean, there's no... give up sooner. Get a better quarterback. Get a better young guy. Potentially find yourself in the race for, well, I don't know. I was going to say Mendoza, but they would need to pick one for that. And while I am a Steelers hater, I don't think their defense is quite bad enough to allow them to get the first pick. But I think give up sooner. Honestly, if we had a time machine, let's go back like 3 or 4 years and let's give up. So that's about all we have to say about Pittsburgh. It could be so much better there. That's the sad part about the Steelers. It should be so much better there. And no disrespect to Tomlin. He's one of the few reasons why they, put together the season they did. But in full disrespect to Tomlin, you are hamstringing this franchise. You are holding them back. I don't understand at all what's been going on in Pittsburgh. They should have given up earlier. Next on our list, we head over following the compass. I like going in a clockwise direction. That leaves us in the East. For the AFC East, we've got the Buffalo Bills. And there's so much that you could say about the Bills. The Bills want a time machine so bad. They want a time machine to be able to trade for a new star wide receiver. They want a time machine to not pick Mr. Cookies. They want a time machine to get Keon Coleman. That's, of course, Mr. Cookies for all those who are uneducated. Out of town. But if it were up to me, I'm going to keep it simpler than that. For the Buffalo Bills, teach Josh Allen to tuck a football in his arm. That fumble, those 3 points kicked at the end of the first half. Whereas, side note here, it says kneeling at the end of the first half when you're on your own 30. Also a very smart note by a very smart man who left that note for me. It's just ridiculous that, one, that they didn't kneel, and two, that he doesn't run like this. Run with the football like any run with it breadbasket style. Run like a Victorian era peasant who just stole bread from the queen. I don't care who you are, but you cradle that football. It's crazy to me. So teach Josh Allen how to properly hold a football. The next team up on the list from that same conference is going to be the Miami Dolphins. And hey, shout out to the jersey I'm wearing. I'm not a fan. I think the jersey looks nice. It's Tua Tagovailoa. I know I said that wrong. The lefty who with questionable decision making. Honestly, if it were very similar to Seattle, or not Seattle. That's tomorrow's video, everyone. And make sure you do tune into tomorrow's video as we're going over the NFC West. Every single team in the West. Today we're just doing the AFC. For Miami, it's blow it all up. Just like the Steelers, just like Pittsburgh, blow it all up sooner. I, of course, have the privilege of hindsight. I know that Tyreek Hill's leg explodes. And it's unfortunate. It really is. And I know that Tua has another bad season. I know that. Quinn Ewers started games? I know all this. The Dolphins don't. But still, blow it up sooner. And honestly, you don't even need to fire... was it Mike McDaniels? You don't even need to fire him. He's a guy that could lead a bad team. But now we're in a position where he's already been fired, and the Dolphins had another mid-season. It wasn't even bad. It was mid, and that is the issue. So blow it all up sooner if you are the Dolphins. I think it's a mistake they let it go on that long. Now a team that is the opposite of that, the pride of the AFC East right now, and that is the Super Bowl-bound Patriots playing this Sunday. And for the Patriots... there's a lot that could be said. Not really, actually. They're probably all very happy with how this season is going. And if you do find yourself in the chat of the live stream for this here video, and you know that your team is coming up, put in the chat what you think you would do with your time machine. I might just read it later on here in the video. So anyways, back to the Patriots. What I would do for them, because it's tough to pick one thing. It's a season that has gone immaculate, but just about as good as it can go. But if there's anything they could improve on, it's picking up a new wide receiver too. Investing in more win-now decision-making, whether that's picking up another O-lineman, but their O-line's not been that bad, to be honest, or picking up another playmaker other than Old Man Diggs, because their two other playmakers are, Mac Hollins as their number 2 guy, Mr. Barefoot himself. That's not I don't know if that's going to cut it versus Seattle, which mid-season brought in Raheed Shaheed to be that guy, to be a difference maker. That's the only thing I could say, but hey, if they win the Super Bowl, I'll eat my shoe. No, I won't. I'm knock on wood, I will not do that because Seattle's going to win. Anyways, the last team in the division is probably the worst team. Not probably, it's the worst team in the division. It is the Jets. Yeah, it's the Jets. I don't know. Everything, nothing. I don't even think a time machine could save this season. I don't think knowing the future lottery numbers would do anything for the Jets this year. What did I even write? That's what I wrote. Of course, on my trusty notes here, going back in time with a time machine, you get blessed with all the knowledge of the future. And assuming nothing changes and we don't create a huge paradox with this time machine, my note for the Jets, get 1 interception. You know where the throws are going to go. Get at least 1. Maybe get 1 interception. How about that? How about be not a absolute laughingstock? 20-25-26, not 1 interception. I can't believe that. So take your time machine, get on the field, and camp out, ready for the ball. And preferably make it against the Patriots. Give Drake May another interception. I'd like that. Or make it against this team. I don't know if they played this year. I doubt they played. But the Houston Texans. Moving on to our next division, we are moving on to the AFC South. And for Houston, I got one note and one note alone. So everyone who knows me knows that I'm a huge Panthers fan. I don't really hide it very much. And they know I'm a Bryce Young supporter, which by default makes me a bit of a CJ Stroud hater. Because I want Bryce to be seen as better, and everyone was absolutely trashing on Bryce when CJ Stroud was doing good. So for the Texans, my note is fix the O-line, because the O-line being so bad has given CJ Stroud the yips, and he's not recovering well from them, folks. The last game he played, he threw 4 interceptions. So fix the O-line. Fix CJ Stroud's yips before they even appear, because yeah, that is killing the Houston Texans. Speaking of quarterback play, we have the Colts, our next team on this list. And what I would do if I was the Colts is, yes, get a real quarterback. Please get a real quarterback. Why did you decide on Daniel Jones being your guy? In that team, in that system, I think any quarterback who's worth anything, so not Anthony Richardson, clearly, but any quarterback who's worth literally anything could have been good. We saw it. Daniel Jones was a good quarterback. It makes me want to vomit saying that. Anyone could have been a good quarterback there, so why settle on Jones? Oh my gosh. Even if Anthony Richardson was healthy, I don't know. Even if Anthony Richardson was healthy, I don't think he's good enough for the job there. As we see some bickering in the chat. I love to see it. We got Dave Collings saying, KC, get a damn run game. Very excited to get to them. As well as then Evan Collings giving it back to him. They need a lot more than just a run game. And then, getting called out for being a Cardinals fan, because that's the pot calling the kettle black right there. And new coach, look out, on the come up. Speaking of new coaches, our next team, Duval. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars. Shout out to Liam Cohen for leading this team. If you had a time machine, you do that coaching hire 10 times out of 10. Slam dunk right there. So shout out to Liam Cohen. But if it were up to me, I would prepare more for the BTJ fall off. Whether or not it's usage, whether or not it's the player not being good, whether or not it was a lingering injury, who knows? But he was not as good as normal. And that is why they picked up Jacoby Myers midseason. But if I am the Jaguars, I am not going into this year as Parker Washington with my wide receiver 2. It's not good enough. It's something you have to prep for. It definitely hurt them early on this year. I think they definitely could have seen as bigger threats if they maybe made a splash acquisition of like a T. Higgins. Would have been nice. It would have been fun, and I think the fit would have been perfect. He could have taken over for wide receiver 1 midway through the year, and potentially we live in a universe, potentially, I say, we live in a universe where Trevor Lawrence is actually the MVP. Next up, a team that I don't think a time machine is going to fix, the Tennessee Titans. The only thing I really can note for this team is to fire McCoy day one. Don't waste time with that incompetent head coach. You're stunted the entire franchise for no particular reason. So, hey, let's hope Robert Saleh and, Brian Daboll, let's hope they can do a good job over there in Tennessee. As that's about all I have to say about them. Otherwise, not much to change. As we move on to our next division, our last division of the video with the Denver Broncos. Now, I don't know how you're going to do this, but you bench Bo Nix before he gets hurt. Now, I still don't know what play he got hurt on. Maybe someone else does, and they can point it out to me. I still don't know, but if I had a time machine, I'm going back, I'm figuring it out, and I am benching him before that play happens. I would literally put Tim Tebow in out of retirement to do anything, to play that final fourth quarter. Because I keep hearing that it was on one of the final plays of the game. And if that's the case, then just run. Anything. Literally anything. Because Jarrett Stidham, I don't want to say he ended your season, but not having Bo Nix in that situation definitely hurt. But fun fact, Jarrett Stidham's 50-yard touchdown pass was the longest in-air throw for the Broncos all season. Next up on the list, we have the Kansas City Chiefs, and shout out Dave Collings in the chat, my star moderator, where would we be without you? So we'll talk about your Kansas City Chiefs, and we'll try to talk them in a good light here because, that was not a good season for y'all. Funnily enough, you guys had the same record as my Panthers, which most of the fans know because we tormented y'all about it. And then we see there in the chat, of course, Dave Collings saying, get a damn rushing game, and you're absolutely correct. Pacheco did not cut it one bit. Hearing boo in the chat, nice. So Pacheco didn't cut it one bit this year. He just didn't have it. The injury, of course, hurt. Kareem Hunt doesn't have it. He's old. Smith, he's a 7th rounder. We'll see if he has it, but they need genuine guys. Not trading for Alvin Kamara. Whether or not that was Kamara, the Chiefs, the Saints, whatever it was, ridiculous that never happened. And ridiculous that they never got Breece Hall. The season was done. In my notes, I said, stop making Mahomes the entire team. Because that, for some reason, they think Mahomes is all it takes to be the best team in the league. And sure, the guy was en route to being the GOAT. But if you don't sharpen up here, you're going to ruin his chances. You're pulling a Mike Trout potentially here. At least you got him the rings, though. I more so mean a Mike Trout, where at the moment he turns 30, he gets injured a couple times, and then you don't do anything with him. And legit, kind of scary. These last 2 years for the Chiefs, yeah, pretty bad. Evan in the chat booing the Chiefs, and hey, don't abuse your moderator powers. No blocking them, especially no blocking the family, as the next team here. Oh, funnily enough, speaking of no blocking, we're talking about the Chargers. The Chargers played one of the worst football games I've ever seen against the Patriots. As the only note I have for them, going back in time, is get 10 plus O linemen. Get 10 of them. Who knows? Some of them have to be good. Some of them have to be better than who you played. I don't know why they thought that trusting the center for Bryce Young's rookie season, who allowed Bryce Young to get sacked, I think something like 62 times. Not him alone, but he was part of the line. Bradley Boozman. one of the worst NFL players in the league, regardless of position. I don't know why they're trusting him all season. Regardless of injury, they were trusting him. And then their two best players get injured. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Stupid franchise. Get more O-line. Get better O-line help. Realize that your O-line is bad. Trade for more O-line. I don't care what it is. Just failed. You failed your team. You failed Herbert. You failed yourselves. What a disappointing season. As injuries or not, you could have done better. And injuries or not, a team that's probably not going to be doing better is our final team. And it is the Raiders. As well, the only thing that you can really say about the Raiders is don't waste time. Don't waste time on Pete Carroll. Hire a young, fresh coach, as Pete Carroll was old, ineffective. Chip Kelly, oh my gosh, Chip Kelly is legitimately one of the worst seasons in NFL history for any coach of any team. What a way to ruin Ashton Genty's rookie season. The Raiders, stop wasting time. And that is the last team. Shout out to Evan in the chat. All these teams own the Chiefs, even the Raiders. He might just have a point. As that's it for our AFC teams. Come back tomorrow as we will talk about the NFC, and that will involve our trash talker here in the comments, Cardinals. We won't be holding back. So make sure you subscribe to the CollingsThodeNetwork. Subscribe, like the video, turn on the bell icon so you don't miss anything coming soon. Revenge season for the 2026-27 season for the Chiefs will be sweet. That's wishful thinking. As we're going to continue on trash talking and having fun here on the CollingsThodeNetwork. The video will be over now. So thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, peace out.